Here's your First Warn weather forecast first, sponsored by Anderson Collision Center. Visit driveanderson.com.
Well, we have had plenty of sunshine out there this afternoon, and that has helped our temperatures warm into the upper 70s, even reaching 80 degrees. But the weather has been very active down to the south, which is where the highest threat for severe weather for today has been. But there's been a couple of thunderstorms that have started to develop closer to a second low pressure system off to our west. While our skies have been relatively quiet and dry, we are going to see a gradual increase in cloud cover here through this evening and a chance for some rainfall with a few thunderstorms later tonight. We're right at 80 in Rockford, 79 in Janesville, 78 out in Freeport, and 79 our temperature in Rochelle. As we go through this evening, those temperatures will stay in the 70s, nice and quiet and warm this evening, but that rain moves in as we get closer to midnight. A look at how much to expect going into tomorrow, coming up in the First Warn forecast a little later.
A 19-year-old woman is found dead at a Rockford apartment complex. The man now charged with her murder.
Plus, several pedestrians are hit by cars over the past week. The advice one group is giving to people to stay safe.
And getting active, the State Line School event working to create a cleaner community.
Live from WTVO 17, this is Eyewitness News at 5.
Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy.
And I'm David Greenberg. We now know the name of the woman shot and killed yesterday afternoon.
Rockford police say they do have a suspect in custody. Douglas Bell is charged with first-degree murder. A little before 6 yesterday, Rockford police were called to Great Oaks Apartments for reports of a gunshot victim. Officers say they found Elizabeth Beasley dead at the scene. During an investigation, police identified Bell as a suspect. Officers say he knew the 19-year-old. Bell is in custody at the Winnebago County Jail.
Over the past week, several pedestrians in the state line have been hit by vehicles.
That has some local organizations spreading the word about safety. Blake Dietz spoke with the local running group about these accidents. Blake, what'd you find out?
Yeah, Mimi, David, the recent series of pedestrian collisions, including one last week that left 47-year-old Tyra Trailer dead, and another just a day ago, resulting in a man fighting for his life, has many in Rockford on alert. Pedestrian collisions often occur at night when it can be difficult to see someone in the roadway until it's too late. One Rockford Running Club member and youth running coach says the importance of being cautious after the sun goes down cannot be overstated.
I think the people that are out there also need to be pretty smart in what they're doing too. If you can get that word out to people. I mean, you'll see a lot of bike riders riding on the wrong side of the road and no helmets, and you know, same thing with runners. You'll have people not in reflective stuff, and we just need to teach the community about what's safe.
Pedestrian deaths have been on the rise, with 2022's total of over 7,500 reaching a 40-year high, according to highway safety data. David?
All right, Blake, thank you. Well, the heads of 3 public school systems are questioned on Capitol Hill about how they've handled anti-Semitism. The leaders of New York City Public Schools, the Berkeley Unified School District in California, and the Montgomery County Public Schools in Maryland are among those who testified before the panel. They acknowledged a rise in anti-Semitism. Administrators say they're fighting against it with education and discipline. New York City Chancellor was asked about a student demonstration protesting a pro-Israel teacher.
We suspended a number of students who were the leaders at Hillcrest High School, number one. Number two, we removed the principal of that school for a lack of leadership and oversight. I don't know how to make it much clearer. Okay. I condemn clearly what happened at Hillcrest was a complete act of anti-Semitism. It will not stand on my watch. We responded.
A Jewish legal advocacy organization stated Jewish students were bullied and harassed at all 3 districts.
President Biden is in Wisconsin talking up high-tech investments and jobs in the battleground state. The president traveled to Racine County, where he announced Microsoft's plans to build a $3.3 billion data center. He says the center will create 2,300 union construction jobs and another 2,000 permanent jobs. It'll be built on the site where Taiwan electronics manufacturer Foxconn had planned to build a $10 billion factory. That plan was touted by then President Trump in 2018 before Foxconn drastically scaled it back.
In fact, he came here with your Senator Ron Johnson, literally holding a golden shovel, promising to build the 8th wonder of the world. Are you kidding me? Look what happened. They dug a hole. with those golden shovels, and then they fell into it.
Microsoft says it will partner with Gateway Technical College to train 1,000 people for data center and other roles by 2030. The company will also work to train 1,000 business leaders to incorporate artificial intelligence into their operations. A state line manufacturer is recognized for its hard work. Hennig Power Protection received a supplier award from Rolls-Royce Power Systems. It was for Rolls-Royce's Stationary Power Solutions category. Hennig Power designs, builds, and installs massive custom generator enclosures, helping to protect backup power for data centers, medical facilities, and municipal buildings.
After moving through the state line, severe weather causes widespread damage across other parts of the Midwest. In southwest Michigan, a tornado hit this FedEx facility. FedEx says that nobody was seriously injured. Meanwhile, in Ohio, storms knocked down trees and power lines. The National Weather Service is sending crews to survey some of that damage. The agency says tornadoes likely hit northwest Ohio and the eastern part of the state as well. Well, the world once again broke an undesirable record last month as high temperatures made it to the warmest April recorded history. It's the 11th consecutive month that temperatures have broken previous records, according to the EU's climate change agency, Copernicus. Scientists say the continued upward trend cannot be ignored.
We are moving in a climate that is already, as of today, very different from the climate of the climate we grew up in. And what we do know is that the future won't cool down. The future will be more of the same. So we are not at a steady state. We are not. It's not a new normal. It's just a step towards a future that it will keep evolving and for which temperature will keep rising.
Some scientists are urging governments to move up their goals of cutting greenhouse gas emissions to avoid more disastrous consequences of global warming.
State line kids get active for their morning commute. Students in Oregon walked, cycled, and rolled to school this morning. It's part of the district's Walk-in and Roll-in event. The activity works to promote physical health among the students while also supporting a cleaner environment. The school's principal hopes this environmental awareness spreads to the older generation.
Students embracing it kind of spreads to their parents and their grandparents. I really feel like in our schools we do a good job of helping students understand how important it is to take care of the environment, look after it. And in a community like ours, it's beautiful, beautiful parks, just a really gorgeous community. It's really important for our kids to understand what we need to do to make sure it stays that way.
The students who rode their bikes this morning got a donut, and trophies were given out for the best decorated bicycle as well as the furthest rider. A local blood center honors National Police Week. The Rock River Valley Blood Center is partnering with the Blue 815 Foundation to host the 3rd annual Blue 815 Blood Drive. The week-long event will honor local fallen officers while also supporting those holding the lines in our communities. Anyone who donates during the drive will receive a thank you bag and be entered into a drawing to win a $500 gift card. The event runs from today until May 15th at all RRVBC donor centers.
Israel prepares for a new offensive in Gaza.
Up next, the move comes as support from the U.S. government begins to wane. Coming up at 6, saving a life, the local woman being honored for her heroic actions.
We've had plenty of sunshine, which brought our temperatures today close to 80, but we're going to see cooler temperatures actually next couple of days. Find out when the temperatures drop and when the rain moves in, coming up in the first warn forecast a little later.
Today, the Defense Secretary confirmed the U.S. is withholding a military shipment to Israel.
Well, the move comes as Israel prepares for a military invasion of Rafah despite some U.S. warnings. Washington correspondent Raquel Martin has the story.
The Biden administration is pausing a weapons transfer to Israel.
We are currently reviewing some near-term security assistance shipments.
At a Senate hearing, U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin confirmed the U.S. put a hold on a bomb shipment last week. The reason, U.S. concerns the bombs could be used in Israel's invasion of Rafah, a Gaza city holding more than 1 million Palestinian civilians.
I think we should do everything possible to ensure that we're protecting civilians.
Republicans are slamming the decision.
This is obscene. It is absurd.
South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham says pausing aid only puts a target on Israel's back.
If we stop weapons necessary to destroy the enemies of the state of Israel at a time of great peril. We will pay a price.
And Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell accused the president of siding with Hamas sympathizers.
And the campus communists who decided to wrap themselves in the flags of Hamas.
Secretary Austin insists U.S. support for Israel remains ironclad. He told senators the U.S. will continue to ensure Israel can defend itself. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, who's been critical of Israel's leadership during the war, says he trusts the White House strategy.
I have faith in what the Biden administration is doing.
Israel's government calls the decision disappointing, but says its operation in Rafah is critical to defeating Hamas. In Washington, Raquel Martin.
It was another 70-degree day here in the state line.
I think it made it close to 80. We'll find out. After the break, Candace tells us when we could get more rain along with a drop in temperatures.
Now, your first warned weather forecast from Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Well, it has been a very warm May afternoon, almost like summertime, and with the temperatures climbing close to 80. We're right at 80 right now in Rockford, 77 in Poplar Grove, Harvard, 78 in Freeport, and 77 right now in Dixon. Our weather watcher, Terry, the warmest spot, 81 degrees. A beautiful day, that dew point temperature at 49, so very comfortable, too, with that heat out there. An easterly wind at 10 miles per hour. Relative humidity sits at 30%, so it's pretty dry out there, but we are starting to see an increase in cloud cover. So our sunshine and our clear sky going to fade away to a little more cloud cover as we go through the evening, and eventually that is going to lead to some rain showers and a few thunderstorms later tonight. Not really looking at anything severe. Some of the stronger storms overnight tonight could have maybe some winds on the order of 40 to 45 miles per hour and then some smaller sized hail. All the severe weather staying to the south. Numerous severe thunderstorm warnings, flash flood warnings, that's the maroon kind of polygons you see, as well as tornado warnings from Missouri, southern Illinois, back through Kentucky and Tennessee here this evening. This is kind of where the main severe threat is going to stay through this evening, but there's a secondary severe threat tied in with an area of low pressure that has brought some showers, thunderstorms here across portions of Iowa, and a few isolated thunderstorms too. Now those two low pressure systems come together and pass to the south of us later tonight, and that's where our rain chance comes in here overnight. But things tonight should be fairly calm compared to the severe weather we had yesterday. Reports of hail, wind damage, and now confirming some tornadoes in portions of Boone County as well as northwest McHenry County and Walworth County. So the National Weather Service was out earlier today and did conduct a damage survey, and they found that an EF0 tornado with winds of 80 miles per hour did touch down northwest of Capron in northern Boone County. That was shortly after 2 o'clock. It was on the ground for over 14 miles, was 50 yards wide, moving through northwest McHenry County before lifting in Walworth County just a little before 2:30. Now that is the same tornado that did damage and caused the barn to collapse in northwest McHenry County, where there were several animals sheltering from the storm up there. It also caused some damage to another barn along 67 in Walworth County too. Now there was another tornado south of Darien. This one was rated an EF1 with maximum sustained winds of 90 miles per hour. It was only on the ground for just about a mile. Things for us here tonight won't be quite as exciting as what they were yesterday, but we are going to see some thunderstorms kind of pick back up overnight and then into early tomorrow. Again, I don't think we'll see really any severe weather here as we go through the night. But with that, we could have some rumbles of thunder and some smaller hail and then some scattered rain showers throughout the afternoon tomorrow. It'll be noticeably cooler tomorrow as the wind picks up from the east and northeast, and temperatures, they struggle to even make it close to 50 degrees or 60 degrees, I should say, for tomorrow afternoon. Now that would be drastic if we didn't make it to 50. I think we'll come close to 60 tomorrow. Some places may stay in the upper 50s. You're looking at about 1/4 of an inch up to around 1/2 an inch of rainfall coming in. Temperatures in the 60s going into the weekend, and then we've got kind of daily rain and thunderstorm chances, but a lot of dry time too going into next week.
All right, Candace, thanks.
Scott's in next with sports. A former White Sox pitcher had the Cubs number today at Wrigley Field.
And the Beloit Sky Carp started a bit slow today, but they finished with a bang. Scott's got the highlights after this.
Now sports with sports director Scott Lever.
Former White Sox pitcher Dylan Cease is thriving with the San Diego Padres now. Just ask the Cubs. They faced him this afternoon at Wrigley Field. And Cease has rarely, if ever, been better. In the fourth inning, he strikes out Christopher Morel. Moments later, he'll do the same to Ian Happ. Getting him with the sinker there. Cease struck out 12 Cubs in 7 innings. He allowed only 1 hit. The Padres won the game 3-0. The White Sox wrapping up their series in Tampa this evening. Tomorrow night, they'll be back in Chicago facing the Guardians. It was a great day to play 2 in Beloit today. The Sky Carp and the Peoria Chiefs. Let's check out Game 1. The Sky Carp were down 2-0 in the bottom of the 6th. They had the bases loaded, all on walks. That's when first baseman Torrin Montgomery got hit by a pitch to bring in a run. So it was 2-1. In the bottom of the 7th, the Sky Carp were still looking for their first hit and running out of time. That's when shortstop Johnny Olmstead did that. He mashed a pitch over the left field fence for his first home run of the season. That tied the game at 2 and extended it to extra innings in the 8th inning. Remember, in a doubleheader in the minors, they only play 7 innings. So 8th inning now, the Sky Carp had runners on the corners for left fielder Jake DeLeo, and he drills it to deep center. The Chiefs center fielder couldn't track it down, and that was the ball game. The Sky Carp edged the Chiefs in dramatic fashion 3-2 in Game 1. Hey, the NFL has finally announced that it'll be announcing schedules for next season a week from today, Wednesday, May 15th. It is the latest schedule release date the NFL has had. The Ice Hogs are heading out of Rockford, returning to their homes in their summer plans. One of the key guys likely to be back next season is goaltender Drew Commesso. He had a solid rookie season, winning 18 games. He played in the last 3 games of the Hogs' playoff series against Grand Rapids. All in all, Commesso believes he made big strides this season.
I'm really happy with the season. I grew so much throughout the whole year, really, and I think I went through a little bit of a rough patch. At the beginning of the season, looking back, it was so big for me that I did, because I grew so much, and I think really the last 3-4 months of the season, I was really rock solid, and I look forward to building on that.
That's sports. We'll be right back.
It's been a somewhat warm and kind of summer-like May afternoon as temperatures have come close to 80 degrees. We'll maintain a relatively dry condition here through the night, but we are going to see cloud cover increase and eventually some rain showers move in with a few thunderstorms overnight. Not looking at anything too severe, but some heavier rainfall for some and maybe even some smaller hail after midnight. 60 degrees for tomorrow with scattered rain showers through the afternoon. So no shorts weather for tomorrow, but that does soon return into next week.
All right. Thanks, Candace.
World News Tonight's up next. We'll be back here at 6.